Players Week, it's off to a beautiful start. Weather's working out so far in our favor. Fans can get out to TPC Sawgrass for day 2 of the practice round, beginning at 7:30, so a little less than an hour from now this morning. Leah Shields talking with the Shotgun Start podcast host Brendan Porath about the Australian elephant in the room.
Let's talk day 2 of the practice round at the Players, and let's leave this to the experts. I'm with Brendan Porath of the Fried Egg and Shotgun Start podcast. Lou Turner hooked us up this morning with this man right here. Okay, first I want to start with your take on this, because looming over TPC right now is an Australian flag. Let's talk about it. What makes this a little bit controversial this year?
I don't know if it's controversial, but it's a nod to the defending champion. It's a tradition at the Players Championship that the home flag of the winner is flown for the year in between the two editions of it. And obviously Cameron Smith won last year, and he's since gone to live. So it's really one of the few sort of subtle nods to who won last year, because Cameron Smith is no longer a tour member. I don't know what you expect the tour to do with that. They're not going to celebrate that a lot. They're not going to commemorate it. He's not going to be on the banners, but in a way he shows up in the flag, because they are upholding that tradition and keeping the Australian flag flying, and his name's still in the locker room. He's still in the champions locker, and I think that's about what you should do. So it is unique. It adds a unique awkwardness and uncomfortableness, right? We're not going to talk about that, but we'll see the flag. So
it's okay. I love a little bit of drama. Do you think he's watching this week?
I do. I think he said he was going to watch. Of course, he's a nearby resident of Jacksonville area, and he talked about how it was one of his favorite events growing up as a kid, even in Australia, watching it. So I think he's going, by his own admission and testimony, it sounds like he'll be watching. Whether he kind of moseys on over here is a separate question, but I think he'll watch, sure.
Okay, if he moseys on over here, just want to let you know the First Coast News tent is right by 9, and we'd love to talk with you then. Okay, so we got day 2 of practice round. I know it's obviously not a big day for, these real fans of these pros. They want to see the actual action, right? But what do you watch on the practice rounds? What are you looking for?
I love to see how players try different shot trajectories, right? I mean, a big thing about TPC Sawgrass is the wind, right? And it's lined with hazards, whether it be sand or water. So I love seeing how players will try different shot trajectories and winds they may or may not see during the 4 days. And sometimes it's hit or miss on what players you'll see. Like, there's not a set tee sheet like you get on Thursday or Friday. So I would suggest going out, sitting at a hole, watching the best do what they do on kind of a challenging spot, and watching them kind of tinker and play with different types of shots that they may have to hit in the coming 4 days, like 17, 18. There's so many on the back 9 where you could kind of see the best at what they do, kind of practice and work on their craft. So.
Okay, fantastic. All right, again, he's the expert. So glad you're able to join me today.
Yeah.
You can listen to his hot takes. You can read his hot takes too at the Fried Egg and Shotgun Start podcast. Thank you again. And I will see you again on Thursday, GMJ, for the real Players, the start of it all as we follow all these pros and their games. Leah Shields, First Coast News on your side.
Guys, the voice